The NBA is one of the most exciting pro sports leagues in the world. There's so much talent littered throughout the league that it's hard to pick a favorite. However, the league is dealing with a bit of a problem. When the three-point shot was introduced into the league in 1979, it wasn't that big of a deal as most teams took a while to adjust. However, in recent years, more and more teams are hacking up shots from deep and seemingly forgetting about the other ways to play the game of basketball. Because of the way that the game is being changed, it does beg a very important question. Have three-pointers ruined basketball? Welcome back to our channel, where today we're going to be breaking down why we think that the three-point shot has ruined the game of basketball. Sit back and enjoy. Teams have been assembling rosters in an entirely different way than in years past. Normally, you'd have a couple floor generals and some big men who could play well in the post and defend well, and then maybe one or two sharpshooters scattered throughout your lineup. Nowadays, teams are building rosters around said sharpshooters and have changed defensive schemes to scatter around these stretched defenders all throughout your lineup and try and defend the three-pointer. Not only are teams changing the way that they construct their team, but players throughout the league are trying to change the way they play. Look at how poorly Russell Westbrook played this past season. Westbrook had by far one of the worst seasons of his career, averaging just 18.5 points per game, only shooting 29.8% from three and 47.6% from the field. While those percentages don't necessarily jump out at you, it's the amount of attempts that Westbrook took not just this season, but the past several seasons that is alarming. Westbrook never took over 200 three-point attempts in his first 4 seasons with the OKC Thunder. Since then, he shot over 200 three-point attempts in every season since then, including 2 seasons where he shot over 400 three-point attempts. Westbrook used to be known as a rim driver who was nearly unstoppable when he drove to the basket. Yet nowadays, he's just hacking up shots from everywhere, and it's clearly having a negative impact not on just his game, but on his team's performance as well, as the Lakers failed to make the playoffs this past season. But it's not just Russ, however, as teams as a whole are throwing up a lot more three-point shots than they used to. In the 18 years between 1990 and 2007, the average number of three-point attempts that a team took in a given game went up by 10. It only took another 10 years for that number to increase by 10 again. In just the last 4 years, we've seen that number increase by 5.7 attempts per game, meaning we will likely complete another round of 10 in about 7 years. We've seen the exponential growth of the three-point shot over the last 15 years or so, and it doesn't show any signs of stopping. Yet with all these shots being put up, you would expect teams to be better shooters, right? You'd be wrong, actually. While teams continue to shoot more and more from beyond the arc each and every year, the league average when it comes to three-point percentage has remained surprisingly constant. The league average has hovered between 34 and 36% over the last 15 years or so. All this essentially means is that teams are not necessarily losing anything from shooting more three-point shots, but they aren't really gaining anything either. Yet that's probably fine for most teams, as it shows that the majority of NBA players are very effective from beyond the arc. Effective enough to keep the average around the same percent despite putting up a plethora of more shots. While some people might think that this is a good thing, this could end up being very bad for the league. If teams continue to realize that there's little to no harm in putting up as many three-pointers as possible, you could see a year where more than half of a team's shots come from beyond the arc. While that seems pretty wild, it could happen a lot sooner than you think. If teams keep shooting at the rate they are now, you could see that percentage by the 2025-2026 season. If that happens, then what is even the point of having anyone who can play down low in the post? The game will be so boring that the most popular sport in America could very well plummet to near the bottom. But with that, that's all the time that we have for today's video, so thank you so much for watching. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss another video. We'll see you guys next time.